Something is wrong with this star, and it doesn't look right. And I don't like sharing this image, this footage of the star, because of what you can see coming from it. It's beams of light. When the star turns a certain way, those beams of light come from it. And it looks like it's being projected from the ground. Or maybe it's sending signals to the ground. Remember that laser beam last night or yesterday? How that laser beam, you all, how that laser beam from the observatory shot straight up at that star in the sky, and it didn't go any further than the star in the sky. You remember that? That's kind of disappointing to me. It really is. It's kind of... Let me see if I can get an image of it, you all. Let me move myself out of the way. I'm going to just push the button for both of these so you can watch them. Okay, play. Play. You can watch them both. One is the original star down below. I didn't do anything to it. And above it is the star with a filter on it. And I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like the thought of something else about it. And I'm going to... I gotta plug my computer. I'm gonna plug in my Seagate so that I can look at the footage from last night. You all can look at that. You all keep looking at that while I go to my Seagate and I pull up the observatory from last night. And just watch it, because it's kind of sad. It is sad. It does make me sad. I'm not just saying that. It makes me sad. Okay, so let me get to it. Excuse me. Let me get to it, you all. Let me come over here. Something's going on. Something's not right. Hello, Apple Brooks, honey. Something's not right. This was last night or yesterday footage. Watch this. Watch. Let's see if we can get it as it was right there, you all. This is the thing right here. See how the beam of light came down from below? Let's just screenshot it, you all, because I don't like it. I don't like it. It came down from below and it stopped at that star in the sky is what it did. And it's sad. It's really sad. I don't know what's going on. I really don't at this point. Gotta wait for this. Well, I'm trying to get the screenshot over here to bring it over to the to where you can see it. Okay, I got it, but I'm going to show you something. Let's just show you this. Here is the beam of light coming from the telescope in Hawaii, right here. It stops at the star right here, and it does not penetrate it. It goes no further than the star, you all. No further. So we're going to drag this over. We're going to drag it over, you all. That's what we're going to do. We're going to drag it right over to here. And this keeps starting over because let me show you this. Okay, you see, this is the happy star. It's just moving around in the sky. Let me see what it looks like. I'm going to show you. This is what it looks like when we don't do anything to it. Okay, see, it's all happy, and it's moving, and it's dark in the sky, and you can't see anything else. You can't see anything else. There's no filter. This is the original color. Now here's this star. See it? It's the same star. I put a filter on it. See all those other lines? Here's what it feels like to me, and I'm sorry to tell you this. I really am kind of sad. That beam of light is not going any further than that star at all. It's not. And I'm going to bring the telescope up here. Just one more image. It's fine. Since we have something that we can compare it to, we can, and it's astronomical. This right here. So just picture this right here, and yeah, I'm gonna put it in there, I really am. I'm gonna put it in there so you can see it. So we'll just have the observatory sitting down here on the ground just like this. Okay, we will. And watch this. So just imagine the observatories. They've got the beam of light going straight up to that star. It's ground base, you all. And then this right here is not penetrating the star at all. It's not penetrating it. It stops right there at the star, just like this stops right at the star in the sky. No, I'm not going to say it. I've done a couple videos showing this before, but I didn't want to do it any further. But since this last night, and it stopped right here, you all. And then we're going to watch it. You all watch it. These other lines are also, I think, smaller stars that are right next to it. Let's just watch it. I'm just going to let you watch it, you all. I'm not going to touch it. It's coming from a distance. Christine Mott, it looks like they're being projected from a source on the ground, just like the telescope. It beamed its beam of light in the sky. It beamed its beam of light in the sky, and we watched it last night, and it stopped right there at that star, and it followed that star. As the star moved up in the sky, so did the beam of light, is what I'm going to show you. Let's look. As this star moved up in the sky, so did the beam that was connected to it. And that's how these stars appear to be too. If you would use the same concept, that is what... It's not that the star itself is beaming the light down to the ground. It's that the the telescope is beaming the light up onto the star. And it's weird. It's so weird. It's really kind of strange. And that's what it is. It's kind of strange. Let's watch it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to let you look at it. I would make it brighter, but I'm not that good at doing this kind of stuff right here, working with filters and stuff to make it brighter. Now this star, we're zooming up on the star is what we're doing. Well, it doesn't go any further than the star itself. But if you look at the beginning, there's a certain part in here, you'll see there's other beams of light. See all these other beams of light? They're all going in the same direction. Now, how can that be possible if they're all going in the same direction from each star, really? And some of these stars, you can't even see them, but they're all going in the same direction. And I think this blue one next to me, underneath me, that's a very faint star, and you can't see it. But it too has a light coming from it. This star sometimes has a blue light too. So it's just there's got to be it's not underwater. It's not. Because when we zoom up close on these stars, they have corners, perfect corners on them. Corners, straight edges. And if they were in water doing that, they wouldn't have it. They would have, like, curved. It would distort the image. Now, granted, right here I have a filter on this right now, and you're not getting the complete image, but if you go look at some of the other star videos on the star playlist, you'll see that there are a lot of straight edges on here. It at times looks like it's artificial. It does. No, I don't think it's a weapon. I don't. This is an intelligent star, and I like zooming up on it. I do, and it can read my frequency. And if my frequency's not right, I'm not going to get an image of it. I'm not. But it was well, when I did this last footage of it, I felt uneasy. I felt an uneasiness that this star was I don't know, trying to send a message or something. I don't know. It didn't act right. It was moving so fast, and it really is moving fast, but I have slowed it down dramatically. That's what I've done. Real dramatic. See, look at that. So, why would there be beams of light coming from it? And why would they be at this angle? This is in the northeastern sky, is where it's at. And if it's locked, these lines are always going to be perfectly straight. Perfectly straight. They're not going to be curved or anything like that. Perfectly straight from the ground up to the star, from the star down to the ground. Just like the observatory, perfectly straight. It's not going to curve or anything. So there's a somewhat of a mystery. There really is somewhat of a mystery with these stars. Because if this beam of light stops at the star, that means that star is a solid object up there in the sky, is what I think. Something like that, because it didn't penetrate it. It stopped. Can you hold out a flashlight, and can you say, okay, I only want the beam of this flashlight to go so many feet, and after that many feet I want it to stop? Can you say that to the flashlight? To that beam of light? Can you program a beam of light to stop at a certain distance when you shine it? Now, I know if I took a great big flashlight and I pointed it at a building, it would not penetrate the building because the building is a solid object. The same thing with this telescope right here with that light. It's got to be a solid object up there unless they have technology that says, okay, beam yourself this far in the sky and then stop right there and take your picture. No, because then that would mean that would have to be a solid object too, wouldn't it? Yeah. It would be like infinity. It would go on and on and on and on. It would. So you could take your flashlight. You could take a flashlight like this. You could point it, and then the light will just keep going. It will keep going and going and going. I couldn't say stop it. Stop it midway in the air. I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it. I couldn't make it do it. Yeah. Laser beams. Now, you could have a precision laser beam, but even with that laser beam is like engraving, and it's stopping at a certain, there's got to be something underneath it, doesn't it? There's something going on, you all. If you are in optics, if you're in optics, then you know something looks kind of strange here. And I don't mean any disrespect to this star in the sky, whether it's an AI star, a robotic star, a living being. I don't mean any disrespect, but I've kept my mouth silent on it because I enjoy the beauty, the natural beauty of the star itself. I do. When it's in the sky, if I can get over to it, like this one right here, I enjoy all the different shapes that it makes. It's really pretty and it's quite relaxing. It really is. But this right here is what I'm concerned about. After seeing the observatory, now see this light right here? That's right next to it. Right here. Not that, Gina. Right here, that's going to another star that's up here in the sky. It's right over here to the side, and I see it in the sky. Say I'm that star, and I got my light coming, beaming straight down to the earth. Okay, I'm the other star in the sky. And it stops right here with me, just like that star. And it's all at an angle. Well, that star, DSB, it changes its shape big time. And I do mean big time. And it's really pretty, all the different shapes it changes. If I were to... Which one is this? I gotta shrink this. Let me move this one over here to this side. That way I don't pull it. And then let me pull this. No, let me move you over here too. Let me get the other one. What did I do with that other media source? Okay, I stuck it up here. Now watch it. It's really pretty. It really is pretty, and it's not an understatement. Here's this one right here. It's, why is its color distorted? It didn't used to be like, okay, see, look at it. I think the technology knows that I'm showing it. Is this intelligent species? If I were to put it at a normal speed, which I can, see, look at it. Look at it, you all. This is that star. It was making so many big movements, and I didn't know what to think about it. I really didn't. The movements that it made. It's got black. It's like it's got little black cubes in it and white. And part of my thought process is this is like the same entities that are in the clouds. It is. That's part of my hypothesis. That they're also in the stars. Someone had a theory, Dave, his name is Dave. Perhaps we got towed over into the Nibiru system, into that world. Or, perhaps we're now in a parallel world and something like that. Really something like it. I don't even know which one I'm doing. So let me shrink this down here. Let's get this one. I've been hitting on the wrong one the whole time, you all. I really have. So this is that one. This is what it looks like normally. So let me shrink it down. It looks like this. It's moving around in the sky in all of its grace. And yeah, it's moving. It's an advanced species. It is. It's much more advanced than we are. So let me shrink it down again, you all. I'm gonna shrink it down. I'm gonna move it out of the way. It's gonna go over here, and then you can see this. It's right here. See it doing its beaming of light straight from it. And truth be known, I can do the I can make this appear with all the footage of all the stars that I've taken. I can do it. You can see the footage that has the beams of light coming from it. And I don't like to show it. I really don't, because it like shatters our reality, and that's one of the reasons I don't like to show it. Because really it's like our reality, our world is crumbling, and this right here just adds, it's another piece falling apart. It adds to the crumbling of our reality when you see things like this, because you're seeing things for what they are and not what you know, are used to seeing them. And that's why I really didn't want to show it, because I don't like to shatter reality. But I think that we have really passed the point of no return. I really do. And as much as we try to hold back, keep things, hidden away, they got to find a way to come out into the open, is what they're doing. I know. I don't like to do that. Really don't. Because it's peaceful. It really is like peaceful to look at this when it moves, when it's not obscured with the colors like this. But look at it, you all. What's the scientific explanation? What's the scientific hypothesis? Because there's bound to be one. It's an educated guess. Really, what do you think is happening here? And is that star? That star does change. These stars change colors, is what they do. We've documented it on this channel before. They change all types of colors. So William, honey, that's your hypothesis. It's a mirage of a single point of light being distorted. So would you say that about all the other stars in the sky that have these beams of light coming from it, even though you can't see them, even though I'm not zooming up on them like the ones you're seeing down below? You can't see the star, but these lights are going to something. You're going to say that's a distortion too. I filmed this with my Nikon camera. It has excellent pictures. It takes real good quality photos. But right now I've got a filter on this right here, is what I've got. A nice, lovely filter. And I don't need to explain myself to anybody. I don't. See, it's the burden of proof lies on the individual at this point, the individual questioning, because this is my information right here. See, would you say that the moon is distorted? I've actually, if I wanted to, with the moon, I think I could probably make those beams of light come from the moon too. At times, I could. So yeah, this is an excellent camera that I film with right here. Excellent. And it's the same camera I use with this star right here, except I deliberately put on filters to see these beams of light coming from it. Yeah. Oh, it's a Nikon P900 is what it is. Let me get it. Let me see if I can get it down here. This is my Nikon. I hope I didn't have this turned on, P900, so watch it. So we're going to zoom, if I can. Oh, I turned it off. So, this is the zooming capability of it. It's very powerful. It's got all kinds of settings on it. It really does. It's like that. So yeah, it's an excellent camera. I chose it because of its zooming capability. Now I need to close it back up. It's a Nikon P900. It's how you zoom up really close. So yeah, no, it's not really, that's your educated guess. Something's going on. Would you say that this is a camera distortion right here too? Because we see the beam of light, this plasma beam going straight there and stopping at the star. Is that, you would also say that's the same thing with this, would you? Perhaps you would, because if we zoomed up on it, I could make it look like this too, if I wanted to. So yeah, you all, this is something strange is going on. It is, and there's some people who do not want their reality shattered. They will forever believe what they have always believed their entire life, and they will shut the door on anything else because their mind is closed. There is no room for expansion within their mind. Their mind has four corners, four walls within their mind. But the open mind, there's no walls in there. It's just like space, just open. The vastness of space and the universe and time itself. Yeah. Trippy Cat, this is a star that I zoomed up on, and it has a filter on it in order to see the beams of light that are coming from it. And trying to figure out whether it's coming from the star or if it's ground-based, projecting the stars in the sky. That's the thing. Are these ground-based projections of stars in the sky based on the angle of the light that's coming from it? Because wherever it goes, the angle is still the same. It's a fixed. I wonder what type of what degree would this angle be? Because I'm sure if you had like however it is you measure angles, you'll find that it stays constant. No matter how far this star moves up in the sky, the angle is still the same in the sky. And there's other stars in the sky that have lights coming from them too. Oh, did you see that? This also had a light coming from the back side of it, you all. That was really cool. Let's see if we can get that again. How did that happen? Boom! What's up with that? So now that poses another interesting question. How did it do that? Because now this is not ground-based on the other side. It projected that light to that side and it stopped. It had a stopping point. So this is really, how would one explain that? Really, how would you? How would you explain that? Light transferring from it itself. And now it's back down there. But it truly did. It stopped the light right in its path. That's pretty cool. It is. Oh, it looks like people are getting themselves in trouble because they can't play nicely. They can't play nicely. So, now this really is like scientific. We're investigating. What's up in the sky? Look at that. See, it did it. So, I'm just wondering, how is it doing it? It's mind-boggling. It really is mind-boggling. So now I can't say that it's coming from the ground itself, but I can say that the star has light coming from it. We can say that. And it will happen on both sides. And it can stop the light from going so far. That would have to be advanced technology up there in the sky. Some higher advanced species. The firmament? Well, maybe. Could possibly be. Eyes wide open, that right there, I've not seen that before. I've only seen it projected down to the ground or coming up from the ground, just like, say, well, this is what the star looks like. This is only one shape of the star right here. Now, this star looks a lot more impressive when it doesn't have these filters on it to show the lines coming from it. But, you know, just like this, what would we do if when the observatory, this telescope, beamed its light up at that star up there in the sky that we saw last night, because we zoomed up very close on this video last night, what would we do if we saw a point of light coming from another section of that star and that didn't line up with that? Then that would tell us that this star was an intelligent like species that's able to produce its own light going up there, you all. If we were to look at this, really, this one star, if this beam of light, once it hit it, on the other side of that star, if there was another beam of light that, say, was maybe over here and went straight up. Wait, let me use myself. So if it was like, so if that beam of light that came right, I've got to put myself over that, you all. Give me a chance. Let me do this. I've got to get myself up here. So I'm not there yet, you all. Let me get there. So if this beam of light, say this beam of light is going right here, and this is the star, it stopped. If that star would have over on this side had a beam of light going over like this, that would be wild. Then that star is really an intelligent star if it could do that. but we didn't see it from that star, but we are seeing it from this star right here, that it can do it. It has the technology to do it. What if that star is not a star? Or if it's like a ship in the sky, like a ship in the night. And I will not deny that it does sense everything I'm thinking. There is some type of communication that does occur when I'm able to zoom up on it. There is communication of some sort. There's some type of a connection, because if my mind starts drifting, the star does not move as much as it normally would. It will just stay still. See? So, yeah. So we've seen this. You see the light coming from it. Okay, so it did it again. Or there's a light coming. No, it did it again. There's another light coming from it. There's a light. No, these lights are coming from something. Wait, what if these are stars? Because we know there's all kinds of stars in the sky. There's teeny tiny stars that we can't see. Okay, we know that. So say that this light right here, this one that was there, say that one that was really small. Okay, now we gotta think about this. Say that one that was really small. Look at that. Look at all these lights like Star Wars up here in the sky. I want to get back to where it had the light coming from it, if we can. Ooh, it's got a bright light coming from it right now. I want to see it when it was pointing in the opposite. Right there, right there. Okay, can we pause it? No. Let me do this. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to try to get it right there. Get back there. Oh, it looks like Star Wars. It really does. Look, it looks like peeking up like that. Okay, like that. So say that this right here, let me get myself on here. Say that this right here is a teeny tiny star that we can't see with our eye, but then it's not going any further than this. Okay, this is blocking it from going all the way down to the ground. So that didn't work. Maybe it has some kind of connection. This can project a smaller star above it, a smaller sequence of stars, while being the main, like maybe I don't know, like a planetary like system has like things around it, you know, other objects like, I don't know, planets and stars and moons around it. Maybe this star has it does have an accompanying thing attached to it. So maybe the energy from this keeps this star right here in line as it travels across the sky. Well, it's stuck there. So maybe it's a transfer of the electrical current, the energy from here, from all the way up to here to here. I don't know. I'm trying to think outside the box, you all. How that light can come there and stop right there. That's what I'm thinking. There's something that stopped it. Hello. It has now something returned, you all. So we can see this, you all, and you can see all these other lights coming from it. And depending on what you film a star with, you'll get a different image. You will. Look at all these right here. Okay, so we can't even see these right here, but they're stars. You just can't see them. They're so teeny tiny. The reason you can see the other one is because it made itself really big that night. Extremely big. Look at that. We can't see the other ones. My eyes are trying to burn. But it looks like a Star Wars game is what it looks like. It's like wild. What if the stars are ships? There's no definitive answers, you all. There really isn't. There's lots of hypotheses. Even mine is a hypothesis. I've got a hypothesis. I got many hypotheses concerning this star. I really do. And I'm sure you all got many too concerning what you're looking at. Wait a minute. I'm trying to be really sneaky. I'm getting a hot flash, you all. My thought triggered a hot flash. It really did. It made me hot. Get a suntan on here. This is let me do this, you all. It's caused me to have a hot flash. My very thought in my mind. Okay. Let's go to this screen right here. This is what caused me to have a hot flash. I looked at this and I thought it's almost encased in a cube. This is what they look like. Hey, it looks like digital. This looks like digital uniform colors right here. The military uniform, the digital warfare. Don't it? Look at this, like desert green. Oh, wow, you all, that looks really strange. That's exactly what that reminds me of. Digital uniforms of the military. No, we're not going to panic. We're going to have hot flashes is what we're going to have. It does. It looks just like it. I actually have a shirt that has that pattern on it. And it could look like static. It does. It looks like digital. A digital BDUs, battle dress uniforms. Let me pull up a digital battle dress uniform. Let me put it back to me. I want to pull up a digital battle dress uniform. Digital battle dress uniform. That's wait, this is, there it is right there. Right there, you all. You see it? Digital battle dress uniform. Right there. That is wild. That is so wild. Digital battle dress uniform. Oh my gosh. That is too wild, Jill. Let me see if I can get this. Let's put that digital battle dress uniform over here. Let's put it over here so we can see it. Let's. I'm just going to crop it out so we can just see some of the patterns without the white in it, so we can gauge for ourselves, because we want to gauge for ourselves. We do. We're going to bring it on here. Oopsie. We're going to bring it over here. Oh, I'm on a screen. Okay, I know what it was. It was, I know what I was supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be bringing it over here. Let me do it with another image. I'm going to overlay this image on here. I'm going to get an image 3. I'm going to get a digital uniform. I really am. I didn't save it. I did not save this BDU uniform. Okay, I'm going to save it now. Okay, let me browse it. You all, we're looking at a star that has beams of light coming from it. And we've got this. Okay, well, it kind of looked like a digital uniform. It did. But I've got a desert sand uniform now. And I'm going to bring it over here to right here. This is like desert sand, but I can change that color. Let's see if we can change that color. Let's see if we can. Let me see if I can change it. No, I can't do it like that. One of these changes the color. I can't see which one is it. I can't see. Well, anyhow, since I don't know how to change the color because I'm not good at this, I'm gonna have to get that off of there, you all. I don't know how to get the color off of there. This is the digital pattern too, is all I want to say. This is a digital pattern of the uniform right here. If this was that color, it would match it. It would. It'd really match it good. I'm going to get that off of there. Whatever this image is, I'm going to get these two images off of here. 1. Going to get image 3 off of there. 2. And this is what we're looking at. This is a nice, lovely star. What if it's a ship? If it's a ship up there in the sky. And we're in trouble. Look at it, you all. But they're all going at the same angle. All of these lines, they're all on the same, whatever you want to call it, angle. I don't know what you would call that type of angle, what degree it would be on. It is wild. It really is wild if you look at it. And what if it's cubes up there in the sky, digital cubes making all this beautiful, beautiful light? What if it is, really? What would we do if it was? I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. There isn't. And you know, when we've zoomed up on some of the clouds, what they looked like. Let me show you this. So this right here, this is, look at the shapes of it as it goes through the sky. This is one right here. It's one of the shapes. They look like this. This is a video that we did. This is its shapes right here. They are kind of cube-like structures, different types of cubes and things. They really are. And they have light points on them. They do. So, it's just wild. It is. But enough of that, you all. We've seen enough of it. We have seen enough of that. Let's find the other media source. You can, we'll look at this in the regular speed. It's only 3 minutes. That's it. Just 3 minutes long is all it is. 3 little minutes, and we will watch it at normal speed if I can find it on here. Let me bring it back to the beginning and pause it till I find it on here, you all, so I can see. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna get myself right here, and we're gonna watch it at normal speed. That's me. Hold on. Normal speed is what we're gonna watch it at, and it's 85, 90. I'm gonna put it at 100% the normal speed when I film it. This is what it looks like right here. This is how fast it moves in the sky. Whoa, I gotta move this screen because it was hard to kind of keep it in the sky. It really was. Oh, it won't let me use my hand. See how fast they move? This is the star that had all the light points coming from it, the beams of light. This is how fast it moves. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Okay, it's right here. And I can't see your comments. See, when it does this, my mind kind of drifted. I wasn't focusing, so it quit like moving so much. But even like this, if you wish to look closely, if you were to lighten your screen, you would see it also. But I felt that there was a different type of, this obviously is a different type of energy that I was receiving from this star. It was like in panic mode, more or less. I will say it's an intelligent species. I don't know what type of life form it is, but it's extremely intelligent. Okay. I had had to focus in order for it to move again, you all. I really did, because my mind just got tired, and that's why you see it only a white part. You gotta block everything out of your mind and focus, otherwise it doesn't move. This is what you get when you can't focus. It's a white thing. Okay, we got around a minute left. Okay, now it is trying to focus. And it knows when I'm getting ready to end the video too, because it can read my mind. So that's my other hypothesis, is it's an intelligent being, but yet there is light coming from it or going to it. I don't think it's a transformer. I hope it's not. Part of me thinks it's a whole bunch of smaller, not smaller, a whole group of collective life forms forming one star, making all these movements. Okay, this is when, just think, it was so excited to see me, that's why it did this. It really was, and I'm not just saying that. Extremely. See what it looks like when I slow it down? All these different shapes. It's like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious, you all. Okay, I'm about done. I'm about done. I am done, you all. I've went on way too long. I've said way too much. That's what I've said. Way too much. So we've got something here. And you know, something else which is interesting, if I let me do this, about the about that digital looking thing, and I don't mean any disrespect, the digital like thing. You know, when you zoom up on the moon, see, look like this. Why does this moon have a straight edge right here? Really, because you can see a straight edge on the moon right here in one of these crater like things. See it? It's like right there. Why does it have it? See, this right here doesn't really look normal either at times. The moon doesn't. Oh well, that's okay, you I'm gonna be going, and you see that? It's coming up from behind. I still love zooming up on this star. I do want to make that clear. I still love zooming up, and when I feel led to go out in the sky and film it, I will, because I love it. It's my favorite star to zoom up on. Regardless of what its life form is, it's my favorite. And I like the energy that comes from it. I do. But the light that is coming from it, I don't know if it's coming from it or if it's ground-based. Something's going on, is what's happening. It's right behind me. Yeah, so with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Thank you for joining. You know, it's a lot to think about. What is this star, and why are there beams of light coming from it or going to it? And why is there a beam of light going away from it in a different area? It's a lot to think about. And there's lots of hypotheses. There's lots of educated guesses out there. Lots of different theories. And really, one day we'll find out. We will. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Love you.